Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to this video. If you're watching this video, you'll probably be freaked out because this is not a video. This is just me testing and playing about. I've been. My name is Barry. It's down there. That's me. And yeah, I'm just testing out live videos and live webcams. So I can do stuff because we've been having problems with the live show that I do with my friend Kevin called the Berkey and Badger Board Game Babble. Blah, blah, blah. That's a lot of a mouthful. So I thought I'd just do a test video because we've been doing it on Google Plus and we don't get to see any of the comments that come through on Google Plus. So I'm doing it here on straight on YouTube and hopefully get to see the comments as they come and as they come. Yes, my video channel. If you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. This is a channel about board games. If you're old to this channel, then thank you for subscribing and hanging around. You brave person. Yeah, so thank you to all my subscribers. I know that you're in the minority compared to some of the other board game channels, but that's okay. I'm glad that you find something that I do amusing or different or bizarre or whatever. So thank you for sticking around. You're kind of the only reason I keep doing this. Well, actually, you're not the only reason I keep doing this. I do this because it's fun. And it's also lots of hard work. Hello, hello phone. Who's talking to me? Nobody. Nobody's talking to me. I thought someone was going to send me a message saying, hey, you're on telly. What are you doing on telly? I didn't know you were on telly. Wow. Yeah, I'm on telly. Yeah, it's just posted it up on Twitter. Isn't that nice? Oh, that's good. Yeah, there's my Twitter down there as well. So if you want to follow me along on Twitter. Yes, it's a bizarre Twitter name. It's because I do music. Yes. And my pseudonym or band name is called The Balance of Power. And because I couldn't get it on Twitter as The Balance of Power, I had to do T Balance O Power. Go figure. So yeah, yeah, I still do music. As you can see, I have an array of instruments. I haven't been able to do a lot of music, but now I can do because I've got my new computer, which is super fast and super slick. I now got this place, which I've had for about a year now. So I've got insulation and I can get all my equipment out and start using it. Unfortunately, it's a bit behind the times, some of it. But hey ho. Yeah, I'm still using Cubase 5 when Cubase 8 is out. So I'm like, money, money, money. It's all go, go, go. But anyhow, yeah, I do music. I don't write songs. Yeah, I compose music. I don't write songs. I compose music. But I am doing some songs for this channel. I've started writing a song about Catan, the Settlers of Catan, which hopefully will make people laugh. And hopefully, yeah. So I am busy doing that as well as doing my other music. Now let's see if I can find a picture of it. Yeah, I've been working on a project on and off for 2-3 years to do with because I like playing board games and I like playing board games with theme and I like being absorbed by that theme into the game. Oh yes, there's some images. And let's get that one up. Right, this is not final artwork, but this is close to final. Oh, you can't really see anything. It's too close. Ah, oh, dearie me. Well, that works anyway. Yeah, I've been working on a CD or an MP3, as you like to call it, that you can download. You can push repeat all. You can push shuffle. And it just constantly just keeps playing and you don't know what's going to happen. And this is going to work with kind of more to zombie games, but you could apply it to Arkham Horror or something like that. And that's what my goal is and what it was until I found Sirenscape. And then I was like, oh, someone's done it and they've done it better. So I thought I'd finish the project, get it done. So that's on its way. I've just copyrighted all the music. I'm just waiting for the artwork to come in, and once the artwork comes in, I should be able to post it up on CD Baby, who will then post it up everywhere else, like iTunes and Amazon and lots of other places like that. So yes, music. I've been working on music, and I'm clicking on stuff, and I'm looking to see if anyone's commenting. I'm looking to see if anyone's watching. Nobody's watching, doesn't matter. I'm just having a test here to see the quality of my video camera, seeing if comments will work. As you can see, I've written a comment to myself, when are you going to start? So that works, but I don't know how to get it up on this Google Hangout toolbox. It's really, really annoying. I wish there was a way of doing it, but I can't remember how to do it. So anyway, my channel is about board games. This one here is all about board games. So I do board game reviews, I do board game sketches, I do board game songs, and I do board game chats with other people that do board game chats. And as you can see, I do one with Kevin Burkhardt called Berkey and Badger, and then I do another one, board game something or other, everybody should something or other. Which I trying to get other people to just come along and have it. I pick a subject and we'll just bang our heads together about it, which is fun. And that's why this test. Yeah, I've already said that. I'm having deja vu. That's why I already tested this. I do board game reviews as well. So I review board games because there's two reasons I review board games. Number one, yeah, I was just making sure I saw something hang in there. I just want to make sure it wasn't anything offensive. Number one, I do board game reviews because there's a lot of board game reviews out there which are about as boring as this video is. And so I try to interject some kind of humor and fun and energy into them. And that's one reason why I do board game reviews. Yes! The other reason is that I believe that I'm quite honest, and when I review a game, I'm coming at it from an average Joe kind of perspective. And I want more average Joes like myself to play board games because they are a great source of entertainment and they pass the time perfectly, I think. You know, we used to play board games when we were young, and then you get to a stage in our life when you just detract from the table and you go and do other things. The television absorbs your life, and then your social time with your mates down the pub do another thing, and maybe you play out in the field and you play football. I'm not like that, but yeah, your life changes, and board games are a great way to get around a table, to scratch your head a bit and to laugh at each other. And you know, that's the second reason I do board game reviews, to get more people into the hobby, because it is a great hobby and I think everyone should be doing it every now and again. Not all the time like some people, but every now and again, you know, maybe once a week, maybe once a fortnight, you know, have your parents round and break out the you know, or you know, any game. There are lots of different types of games, and most of the games that I review are kind of light, medium, which people can just easily slip into, even non-gamers can easily slip into. And again, sometimes I find that doing my video reviews and explaining how the game works clears up some of the problems that you get when you read a rule book, because as a newbie, you read a rule book and you don't really understand the lingo. There's kind of like a familiarity with the language of how to play a board game. You know, there are things like shuffle the deck, which people might not understand what shuffle the deck means. But what other things? You know, there are terms like deck building, for example, which is like, what's that mean? But until someone explains what deck building is and how it works and why it works and what it brings to a game, then you can see, yes, this is fantastic. Oh, hey Badger, hello, beards and board games. Yeah, I'm just doing a test here. This is a test. First question: what was the last Kickstarter project you backed, if any? The last Kickstarter project that I backed was the second edition of the expansion for Defenders of the Realm, because I'm not really a big Kickstarter backer. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there, and there's nothing which really interests me. But this interests me because, one, we have Defenders of the Realm, and two, we play Defenders of the Realm quite a lot. We play a lot more than Pandemic. In fact, we haven't played Pandemic in a year, but we play Defenders in a Realm about 5 times in a year, and we love it as a family. My daughter loves it, my wife loves it, and I love it. And it's just a great time for us to get together at the table and bash out ideas and say, we're going to win this time. We're going to win. And then we don't. And so I thought I'd buy the expansion. I know that it was out, and I saw that for me, it was kind of cheap on Kickstarter, and I was hoping that maybe there'd be lots of extra thrown in, but there wasn't. So yeah, my last Kickstarter was the second edition of the Dragons expansion, I think it is. Just to throw in a bit of variety to the game, because the game is the same thing each time, although you get different cards and the monsters are random and they come on at different places. But just something different, I think, would make that game, and hopefully that will make that game. So yeah, last Kickstarter, and that's why I review board games, because hello, um, because someone needs to do it, and someone needs to do it properly. I don't do it properly. I'm trying to do it properly, but yeah, there's people out there that just, I don't know, read the rule book aloud. Then, if a player passes the third marker on the right, each player can collect €200. If nobody has passed this marker, then you roll the dice, which is the cubotic thing with little dots on it, and you roll that. Yeah, so there's people that review games like that. And then there's people that just slap the thing on the table and go, well, the point of the game is to do this, 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 and this. And that's the game. Wow, get in it. Get it. But some of us are not happy with that. And that's why we do it. And we hopefully do it better. And we do it on a budget. Yes, a budget. And it's fun. And that is why I do it. Thank you for joining us. Beer and board games. Beard and board games, not beer and board games, because Aaron and Matt would probably invite me over if I was over on beer and board games. But beard and board games. Yes. Thank you. I lost my train of thought. So, yeah, this is my channel. Thanks for watching. And no, it's really hard not to fall into other kind of programs that you watch as well. That's the good thing as well, that there's a lot of reviewers out there, because some of them do things that are different to you, and they give you ideas of what you could do better. I mean, there's another channel, let me have a look, that I like a lot. It's a very good one. We need to go to YouTube. Yes, I'm going to YouTube. I think it's called Out of the Box. Out of the Box. They do some very well produced, funny, adult humor board games reviews. They don't really go into the game too in depth as well, which is something which is bizarre. But if you know the game and you watch them do their show, they are hilarious. And there's always sexual references and things like that, which is risque, but I laugh, and I laugh, and I like something like that. It's like South Park. It's like Dice Tower, the South Park edition. Yeah. There you go. So, what else have I got planned? Well, for the rest of this year, I'm going to try and do some more reviews. At the moment, I'm working on one over there. I've just taken Fiverr on the side here. Do you want to see what it is? Do you want to see what I'm doing next? It involves a train. Yeah, and some cowboys. Yeah, that's the next review that I'm working on because it's just won a special award. So yeah, I've been reading up on some of the expansions which are coming out. There's 3 expansions coming. 1 this year, 2 next year. Wow, it looks like it's going to be a good year for Ludino. So yeah, I'll be doing some more reviews. I'm going to be doing some more Berkey and Badger because it is just a laugh chatting with old Berkey and being a right idiot. And hopefully by doing this test, it will confirm that this is the best way to do the Berkey and Badger show. As I said, I'm writing a song for Catan. Well, it's written. I just need to record some of the other instruments. And probably trying to do some more podcasts. Yeah, I do a podcast as well. So if you don't know, I do a podcast with Ita Perez, who does the show notes for the Dice Tower podcast. He contacted me and said, I got an idea. Why don't we do a podcast about all the games which come out in France before they come out in the rest of the world? And I said, yeah, that's a great idea because that's exactly what I was thinking. And, you know, that's what I've been trying to do with my video reviews. I've been trying to get games which are uniquely released here in France and then review them and get them out to Tom before the rest of the world gets to see them. Unfortunately, it doesn't always happen. You know, I get the game before it's come out anywhere else. And then it takes me a little while to get it played. And then I've got to start filming the video. And before I've done it, it's done. Examples of this, Colt Express was one of them. I was like one of the first people to get Colt Express because I played it at a special event here in France. Can't remember which one it was. It might have been Ludino, peut-être. But I played it there and I thought, wow, this is a brilliant game. A couple of weeks later, I bought it because it was quite a cheap price. It was only like 29 euros. I thought, and played it, enjoyed it. Started forming some ideas of a review, and then all of a sudden, someone else had done a review for the Dice Town. I thought, well, back burner. And that recently happened again with New York 1901. I thought I had an exclusive. I played the game. I was like, wow. And then someone gave me a copy of the game, and I was like, yes. And then no, I wasn't the first one to review it. Shame, but hey, that's the life. So yeah, I do a podcast with Ita Perez called The French Game Connection. It's not out on iTunes at the moment, but it will be coming soon, hopefully. We've got our logo up, and you should be able to find it on Board Game Geek, and you should be able to find it on other podcast searching sites. Did something just disappear there? So yeah, fun. What else have I got planned this year? Well, this week I am starting up a gaming group, a real gaming group. This has been an on and off project for years. If you heard the Dice Tower podcast a couple of years ago, you would have heard that, yeah, I come to France and I was trying to set up a board game group and I got people interested, and then nothing happened because of problems. But I won't go into too much depth about problems. Yes, so I'm setting up a board game group here in France, and it is called Paradis Ludique. Yes, Paradis Ludique. That's how it's spelled, and that's how it looks at the moment. Thanks, Philip, for the logo. It looks really good. So if you click to Facebook and you're living in France and you're in my region, then come along. I got the first session this Friday, so I'm nervous as plums because I don't know who's going to be there. I know some of the people that are going to be there, but I don't know everyone that's going to be there. Hopefully there'll be lots of new faces, people that can just easily adapt to my terrible French accent, and yeah, yeah. So the good thing is I know how to explain rules to a lot of games in French and in English, which is great. The good thing is talking kind of like a base level, a base kind of French, just explaining that you pioche une carte, or you lance un dé, or tu bouges un pion. Exquisite, exquisite. I love it. And that's it. Hopefully this will take off and become a bigger. It's an association, so we need to do lots of paperwork for the government involved with that. But the good thing is we will get kind of like a ton of money, well, not a ton of money, but we'll get a bit of money that we can buy a cabin full of games. Not cabin, wardrobe. Probably a wardrobe size game collection, which will stay on the premises over at the Salle de Fête, the community centre. And that would be good because then I wouldn't have to keep taking all my games. And so, yeah. So the first one's going to be me taking all my games. But anywho, what else we got coming this year? We got Essen coming this year. I'm going, and I'm looking forward to it. Went a couple of years ago, and was, if you know the story, yeah, I was only there one day due to health problems again. But this year, there shouldn't be any health problems. This time, I should be there all the time. I should be going with some friends. Hopefully, I'll be going and working with Mr. Bonicourt. I'm still waiting for clarification on that. But I presume the guy that's organising all the helpers is a bit busy with Gen Con and Origins and all the things over in the stateside. So, yes, that will be interesting. That will be very interesting. Looking forward to it. If I'm not working, then I'll just be there playing with my buddies, which would be great. And maybe I'll bump into you there. It'd be great. It'd be great. I like bumping into people. I'm very shy though. Yes, yes, I am very Chas Marler shy. I'm not a big fan of crowds. You know what? Here you go. Here you go. It's secret for you. Not secret, but a bit of my history. Back in England, used to have a group, a duo, and we used to perform pop songs of the 80s. And at the beginning of the concert, it'd be me setting up, and my partner out chatting with the landlord or the pub owner or whatever, and organising. Okay, what time do we go on? What time do we finish? Okay, we do this. Yeah. Okay, right. You want us to play for? Yeah. And what time do we need to be out of here? Yeah. Okay. So he'd be negotiating, and I'll be setting up. We do our concert. End of the night, I'd be the one packing away. My mate would be out there talking to the crowd, and that's the way I liked it. In a way. In a way. I mean, it was a bit annoying that I had to put everything away myself. But at the same time, it was nice that he was out there talking to people who were saying, "Oh, you were great! You were fantastic! Oh, can I have your autograph? Why don't you go on the X Factor or The Voice?" And I'd be the one there just hiding away. I'm glad he's got all that. And I just want to get on with my stuff and leave me alone, people. So, yeah. Yeah, there's this persona here that you're seeing on the screen, and then there's the real me out in the real world. I can be shy. Yes, 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 yes. But I try not to be, because shyness is cute in one way, but you need to, there's been a lot of missed opportunities in my life where I've been shy and I've hidden away and leave me alone. But you learn from your mistakes, and I've learned from my mistakes, and hopefully I just need to keep pushing myself to be more confident, speak to people, and just try and be nice, because I am not the only person on this planet, and there are lots of other people out here. There you go. Essen. And then there's Christmas. I'm looking forward to Christmas and maybe writing a Christmas list which doesn't include board games. I know it sounds hard. Yes, it sounds very hard. You know, each year you write, "Oh, dear Father Christmas, I would like a copy of War of the Ring 3rd edition, Twilight Imperium 9th edition." Yeah, and it would be nice to be asking for presents which weren't board game related. All the present years, it's always been board games, board games, board games, and then in between Christmas and Christmas, you'd go out and you'd buy board games and board games and board games. So this year, I'm going to try and make an effort not to buy any board games. I'm trying to cut down on board game buying because there is only a certain amount that a human can play and enjoy and absorb and have an attachment to. Um, Surely you've noticed this with yourself, you know, when you're playing board games or when you're watching a film. Just think about your favorite film. Your favorite film is probably from when you were 20 years old and you watched that film 15 times in 1 week. And it's still your favorite film because of that time that you watched it when you were 20 years old 15 times in 1 week. There you go. If you watch a film now, it won't be your favorite film. It'd be a good film. It's like Avengers. Avengers is a good film, but it's not my favorite film, even though it's got all these fantastic effects, these fantastic actors, these fantastic story. It's not my favorite film because my favorite film is still that one when I was 20 years old and I watched it 15 times in 1 week. Bit like some people with Star Wars. Oops, I've just lost 15 subscribers. Ooh. But yeah, so board games, you do need to have a limit. I mean, you can't possibly buy every single game. Ask Tom Vassell. It's impossible. You can't possibly enjoy every single game. I'm not cult of the old, but I am kind of cult of the old. I wouldn't class myself as cult. I shouldn't class myself as cult of the old. There are new games which come out which are fantastic. They take this element, that element, this, and they jam it together into a fantastic game. But there are still games which were done 10 years ago which are still fantastic, and they touch a nerve in you and they make you feel intelligent because you can win at them all the time, or they make you feel happy, or they give you an energy boost, and that's what I like. I like sitting down and playing Catan with the wife because she thinks that she can beat me every time, and I like it because sometimes you can claw a victory back very slowly. You can have your first 15 turns of rolling dice and not collecting anything. It'll be extremely painful, but if you take the right roads and you build the right villages afterwards, you can claw yourself a very good victory. And that's what I like. I like playing Splendor with the family. My daughter's 8 years old and she likes playing this game and she almost wins. Like this weekend we played and I didn't think I was going to win, so I had to snatch the last couple of points quickly away before my wife had to go. And the scoring was 15 points to me, 14 points for my wife, 13 points for my daughter. I was shocked. I was shocked it was that close. But you know, that's a game which is probably going to stay with me. I probably won't need to buy any other games which are like Splendor. There might be a game which comes out later in the future which has this same mechanic of this kind of same engine building mechanic. But for me, you don't need to buy 50 games a year. You don't need to buy 100 games a year. Let me look on my shelf. And let me tell you, with my mouth and my hairy nose camera there. Okay, I can see one game which I still haven't played. I can see two games that I still haven't played. I haven't played that. I haven't played that. 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Okay, 7. Oh, I can see 7 games on my shelf that I have not played. 7. 2 of them are recent purchases. Then again, I haven't really played that either. I haven't played Quantum. 8 games. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I played it with my wife. That was a terrible idea, playing 2-player. Yeah. But, yeah, there are 7 games that I haven't played. No, 8 games. I forgot Kemet. Yeah, Kemet's. I just bought Kemet the other day. Yeah. 8 games that I haven't played on my shelves. And some of those games have been there for a long time. A very long time. Let me think. Right, do you want me to call them out to you, what games I haven't played? Yes or no? Tell me. Okay. You're listening. Okay. Actually, I haven't played my copy of Resistance as well. I've played someone else's copy of Resistance, and that was a night that I forgot to take it with me. Does that count? Because if that counts, then that'd be 9. But anywho, I haven't played Space Cadets. I have played it on my own twice to see how the game works, and it just takes so long walking around the table doing each of the posts. There you go. What else haven't I played? Oh, I just recently bought Kemet last week, and I haven't got around to playing that. But I did get to play Marco Polo the other day, which I bought at the same time. Okay, what else haven't I played? There's a game that I bought off of a friend, secondhand, called Animal Farm 1984. I haven't played that. Kemet, I've said. City of Horror, I had it Christmas, and I still haven't played it properly. We started it, but we haven't finished it. We played a couple of rounds, and then my wife and my daughter just went away. So, what else haven't I played? This he says, looking over. Played. Oh, Cosmic Encounter. I have not played that. And I've had that on my shelf since Christmas the year before, so 2004. So it's been on my shelf for a year and a half. Woohoo! And what else hasn't been played? I have a copy of Babylon 5. It's a space warfaring game set in the 2nd season, and it's a hexagonal game. Just think Twilight Imperium, but it's Babylon 5, and that came out a long time ago, and I bought it a long time ago, and I haven't played it with anyone. Now that's going to be 20 years. Sad. Quantium, I haven't played my version, so I don't know if that counts. Empires of the Void, I picked up from a friend as well. I've learned how to play it. I haven't played it though yet. And there's a game called Emoticons from Fantasy Flight. I think it's called Smiley Faces in English. Haven't played that. But I think we will be with the family soon, so that'll be good. And I haven't played Dungeons and Dragons Starter Set. But anywho, oh, you exist, Master Cod. Hello. I am English, living in France. And what else haven't I played? I've got the gross expansion, the big expansion for Galaxy Truckers. I haven't integrated that yet, as well as the expansion. There's 2 expansions that I haven't played with. There's that Galaxy Truckers, and then I haven't played with the Dungeon Pets expansion, Dark Alleys. But they're just a little bit too heavy for my daughter. My daughter loves Galaxy Truckers, and she loves Dungeon Pets. But adding these expansions just makes the game way too complicated for her. So they're not really games that I haven't played. But there you go. Yeah. Actually, that number's come down. There was a time when there was like a load of games on my shelf that I hadn't played. But by limiting the amount of games that I buy, and by pushing myself to find time to play the games as well, things are going smoothly. Never, I think I should set a kind of like a limit. So I should never have, say, more than 5 games in my collection that I haven't played yet. There should always be 5 that I haven't played that I'm going to try and get to the table before I buy any that I know that I'm not going to play. I think that's a rule that everyone should kind of have. What do you think? What's the best game that I have played this year? Best game that I've played this year. Well, I enjoyed Marco Polo a bit. But for me, the best game I've played this year, does it have to be a new one or an old one? Because I do play a lot of old ones. I've been playing Firefly a bit and starting to get used to that, but it still doesn't feel like Firefly. Best game I played this year. That's really hard. I'd have to still say Splendor. I still enjoy playing Splendor. New game wise, there are 2 which stick out a bit, and that's the New York 1901 from Blue Orange Games. That sticks out a lot because I thought that I was playing Ticket to Ride. You just walk away from the table and go, I just played Ticket to Ride, but in a different way. And Sapiens, which is a caveman game where you're laying dominoes down. Those are probably the 2 new games of this year which I've really enjoyed. Crossings is fun, but it's just one of those quick fire games. I still enjoy playing Viticulture. I haven't played it much this year. Yes, I have. I played it loads at the beginning of the year, but in the past couple of months I haven't played it. When I looked on my Board Game Geek account from my played games throughout that I've recorded for every day, Viticulture is like my biggest played game. I've got like 57 plays up on it. It's just a game that it's big, it's heavy. You know, normally the kind of games that creep to the top of your playing list, which you've played the most, are the small ones like Splendor or like Uno or like, you know, little things like that. New and old. So, best new game, probably going to be New York. Easy to get to the table, easy to explain. It is fun. It just gives you that ticket to ride experience. Best old game this year, I'm going to go with Splendor, even though it's only a year old. We did one last year, so yeah, not too bad. Not too bad a game at all. Very enjoyable. I'm running dry on talking at the moment, so unless there's another question in a couple of minutes, I'm going to have to say goodbye. And thank you again for all you guys that subscribe to my channel and watch my videos and laugh along with me and at me. Okay, Master Cod. I hope it's Master Cod. Call of Duty. I presume it's Call of Duty then, isn't it? Yeah. What's the worst game that you have played this year? In a worst experience? Ooh, that's a good question. You know what? I try not to. If I know a game is bad, I try and avoid it. I can be quite. Normally, sometimes I'm open. Sometimes I'm very narrow-visioned when I choose a game. And when someone says, "Come to the table, play this," and I've heard some bad things about it, I'll go, I'm washing my hair tonight. Sorry. But worst game. I don't know. There's Andromeda. I think it's Amadora. I think it's called Amadora. It's you'll see a video on the Dice channel, Dice Tower channel, which is easy. Just reviewed. It's a game where you're putting down little tiles, and it's like you're either putting down a warrior of yours hidden so no one else can see it, or you're putting down two walls to block and create like boundaries. So if you've got the most powerful warriors in a certain boundary, you're gonna win that amount of money. And I found it, I don't know, it was a nice idea, a nice mechanic, but it just left me sour. And then there was the small pieces, because it comes in a very small box. That's probably my worst game that I've played this year. There's a lot of times when we start playing a game and my wife just switches off, and that leaves me with a bit of a sour taste as well. But ah. Like me. Yes, I made my account when I was a while ago, and that's why it's not called Board Games Everybody Should. Try to change it, doesn't want to know. Should I change it and open up a new one? No, too much hassle. I'm happy here. People know my name. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Yeah, so yeah, I've not played a lot of bad games this year. There's been a lot of good games. Again, I always kind of go into them knowing what they are, so I have kind of not very high expectations, but I understand that is very important for me when I'm playing games here in France, because for someone to explain, you know what it's like when someone explains the rules to a game to you. They're either very good at explaining a game, or they're not very good at explaining a game. Here in France, when someone in French explains a game to me, if they explain it good, I can just about understand. If someone explains it bad, I haven't got a foggiest. And so I'm like, watch every single video of every single game, and then when game night comes and I go to my club, I'm like, okay, he wants to play that game, and he wants to play that game. Oh yeah, I'll watch that video review. I know roughly how that works. I'll play that one. So I'll having kind of like a reference point to grab onto is always very, very useful for me when it comes to like explaining games and knowing what game I want to play. You know, if it's a game that I know nothing about and that person's going to explain it, I will probably not play it, because I know that they talk too fast, or they don't use, and I don't want to stop and interrupt and keep asking questions like, okay, so if I move there and do, I normally play a game, even if I can't remember all the rules, I just keep doing the same things and until the game ends. And if people want to point out to me that, you know, you can do that as well. Ah, yeah, okay. Then I'll adapt to that. But that's the hard thing about living here in France, is trying to understand the rules which someone's explaining to you. If I can watch a video beforehand or read the rule book beforehand, or you know, have an inkling, then that helps a lot. Do I ever travel back to the UK? Yes, I do. I haven't done this year, and I didn't do last year. No, but this year we're going to try. Well, I'm not going to try, but I will pop over at some stage, because I need to see my mum and my dad, you know, and I need to see my friends. And I need to pick up some Branston pickle and custard creams, because they're not here. I don't get custard creams or Branston pickle. What else do I miss? What other English delicacies? I miss Lucozade. There's no Lucozade here. There's Red Bull, but there's no Lucozade. You'd think Lucozade was everywhere. What else do I miss? Cream crackers, but I've always been partial to French toast, but cream crackers with a nice cheddar cheese, Canadian cheddar cheese. I can get cheddar cheese here, it's not as good, and then there's that extra strong stuff that you can get here as well, but that's really small and really expensive. So yeah, I come back from time to time. I've been recently in contact with Luke Hector from Broken Meeple, because I found out that He's involved in 2 board game clubs, one in Portsmouth and one in Southampton. And I'm from Southampton. Ah! So hopefully when I come back and visit the UK, I'm going to go over and see him and say hi and game with them for a while, because it'd be nice to game with other people. So what would you rather play, 1901 or Ticket to Ride? Good question. I've only played New York 1901 about 3 times. I think it's 3 times. And it's, you know, when you play a game, you're still in the process of discovering what the strategies are. Whereas with Ticket to Ride, I've played it bucket loads of times. I understand the strategies. And I know the strategy that my wife plays. And I know the strategy that my daughter plays. But I don't know the strategies of new people that they play. And I don't know. It's hard. I would probably still say Ticket to Ride. Because number one, I've got some expansions and some different maps, so that makes it fun and replayable. Again, I've got my strategies, not just one. I've got several strategies depending on who I'm playing against, and that's why I'd rather play Ticket to Ride than New York at this moment. If I had to pick one or the other, okay. New York is good. It's just a case of playing it a bit more. Hopefully with the new cards coming out, because there's some extra cards coming, that will make the game bigger and more, give you more routes and more strategies to try. But as I said, I've played it a couple of times. I haven't played it enough to say that it's better than Ticket to Ride. I like playing Ticket to Ride. I don't know, I just feel comfortable. New York, I think if I play it a couple more times, I'll be comfortable and I'll be able to. Then it'll become a bit more harder to decide between the two. Are there any games you want to play but haven't gotten a chance to? Yes, yes. If you rewind this video about 10 minutes, you'll hear some of the games that I've called out, which have sat on my shelf and I haven't played them, like Cosmic Encounter and like Space Cadets, Kemet, which is new, but I still. If you'd asked me if there was a game that I would like to play but don't own, I've picked my own brain there. That hurts. I don't know. There's nothing, you know, when you've got so many games, you're like, that scratches that itch, that scratches that itch, that scratches that itch. I've got no more itches to scratch. So, no. Apart from the fact that I want to play Cosmic Encounter, I want to play City of Horror. I want to play Kemet. Oh, I've got Shogun as well, which I haven't played, with the Dice Tower. The Cube Tower. Yeah, that's another one. Because I've got a lot of war games. I haven't got Memoir or anything like that. I've played them, and they're okay. And Small World, I've played, and they're okay, but I don't know, there's just something missing. But, yes. Yeah. I'm eating Branston pickled pork pie right now. Oh, you lucky devil. Have you ever been to Scotland? Yes, I have. Once. I went with the youth theatre to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Spent a week there? Or 2? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I have been to Scotland, laddie. I've been there. And I can't believe it. I touched someone famous. Oh, that's Yorkshire. My God. I've lost my Scottish accent. Being in France makes you lose your Scottish accent. You know that. I used to do a Billy Connolly, but I can't anymore. Oh! No, I haven't. Do you live in Scotland then, Beard and Board Games? I think you do. Yeah, if I remember your video, you had an accent. But, no, I stay in the south. Around my village. Yes. Ah. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing, this little world that we live in, and all these games that we got to pass the time with and have fun with and make us have fun with other people. it's fun just sat here in front of my camera. I thought I was going to just do 10 minutes. And just to test this video, test the webcam, test the quality of the video image, and but here I am, and I'm still chatting, and my phone went bing, and someone was talking to me on my phone. Is it anyone? It's my mate Guillaume, who I'm going to Western with, and he's asking me, oh come on, you know, this technology is fantastic, and I still can't get used to it. He's asking me if I'm free Thursday so we can go play some games. What shall I tell him? Total War games or Sid Meier Civ games? Now, if you're asking me about consoles, I will play Civ games over war games. I've got old, and the eye reflexes with the telly are struggling. I play Skyrim, but when I play Skyrim, I walk around. I don't run, I walk, so I can see every detail, and then I don't feel sick afterwards. If I play a war game, it's like that with your headache. Civ games, calm. You look around, you go, okay, I'm gonna do that action, and I think that because I've played a lot of Civ games like that. Civ games on the tabletop are probably my preferred type of game. I mean, I do play Hero Escape. Well, I still get it wrong after all these years. It's not scripted like that. I deliberately say Hero Quest when I mean Hero Escape, and Hero Escape when I mean Hero Quest. But yeah, I like Civ games. I like building things. I like then having them ripped apart and then have to rebuild and then figure out how to keep it sustained. So yeah, Civ games over war games. But I do like war games, but I'm not very good at strategizing in war games. Although I have won some. I played some miniature games with my mate Guillaume, and I was surprised I won. You know, I played a brand new kind of mini game, and I had 10 characters, and they all had different powers. And I was looking at my reference sheet, and it was all in French, and I was like, okay, I know that word, I know that word, I know that word. Okay, I don't know what it means though, but and I still managed to win. And it was a kind of cool little combat on a cool kind of 3D terrain. It was really nice. Civ games. Okay, I will do if I ever visit England. It's not like on my holiday destination. See, that's the thing. When you live in a country and your parents live in another country, your holidays are spent visiting them. So it's not really a holiday. Yeah, when we were living in England, we had my wife's parents here in France, and every holiday that I had off work, we spent that week here in France, hanging out with them, eating, drinking, and drinking. So when we go to UK, it's just to visit my parents, because the holiday destinations that I would like to go to are, we would like to go to is Canada, and we would like to go to New Zealand, and we would like to go to Ireland as well, and possibly Malta, because the family's from there. Whoa. But yeah, when we go to England, we only go to see the parents, and then the friends as well, because you know, most of those guys I grew up at school with, and I miss them. And they're not on Facebook because they don't like Facebook. And I'm great. Your best friends, you like everything together, but they don't like Facebook. So getting hold of them is a nightmare. But thank you for the offer, Beard and Board Games. If it ever happens, I will let you know. Okay, what game would you like to see a second edition of? the Babylon 5 Hex combat game. I love Babylon 5. I think it's a fantastic universe. The Hex game was pretty cool as well, because you've got your characters, you know, your politicians, Londo and Jakar and Sheridan and Delenn, and they each you know their characters from the show, and they translate well into the powers that they have on the board, if I remember correctly. And that would be a game I'd love to see put into a second edition, some new rules, some new, you know, definitely miniatures instead of cardboard chits. And again, that game came out at the end of the 90s, and so the rule books for games at the end of the night in the 90s or before were like paragraph 2.2. You must always do this. 2.3. You must never do that. 2.4. If 2.2 and 2.3 do not. Really, 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 really annoying. So yeah, I would love to see a Babylon 5 combat hex game, kind of like Twilight Imperium, and that would be the second edition. Let's have a look at what's it called again. It's called Babylon 5 board game. Core set 2259 to 2259. The Babylon Project was our last best hope for peace. A self-contained world 5 miles wide, located in neutral territory. Yeah, so that would be a game I'd like to see a second edition of. And there is like the second edition of The Island coming as well, set in space. Well done, Mr. Bonicle. That looks interesting. I love The Island. Or, sorry, it's not called The Island in English. It's called Survive Escape from Atlantis. In France, it's called The Island. And that's kind of a second edition, but in space, with cooler effects and powers. I'm looking forward to that. But to answer your question, I'd like to see a second edition of the Babylon 5 Hexagon combat game. Okay, I think I've talked enough. Blah 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 blah. So I'll finish this video like I started the video by saying thank you everyone for subscribing to my channel or just watching the occasional video after time. Thank you for all your kind words. Thank you for being like me and being crazy and thinking that I'm funny, because I'm not. I'm just crazy. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for loving this hobby like I do, and maybe one day we'll meet up, and that'll be great, and we can play some games together. Okay, so I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to carry on with my Colt Express review and get that done, and hopefully have a cup of tea. I need a cup of tea. Can't get tea bags here. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can get tea bags here, but they come in different flavors like peach and lemon and mint. Yes. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I think my test of this video has worked really well. I've got lots of comments, and I need to watch this video and see if the quality is good, and if any of the pictures have come up nicely as well. Thank you. Goodbye.